Yo, it's Sway.
Sway.
Sway. Sway.
Sway.
Sway.
Sway.
In the morning.
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 Only on Shade 45.
Wake your fuck ass up.
Yeah. Bitches.
Author of the book Shut Up and Give Me the Mic. 30 minutes into the hour. You know him from Twisted Sister, from Apprentice, Celebrity Apprentice. And
All-Star.
All-Star right now.
All-Star, yes.
Real quick. So
we got jackets and everything.
We were talking about the rock and roll music and how it, many will argue that rock and roll was really just an offshoot of the blues. So
it's not an argument.
Yeah, okay,
that's the
fact, right? So, but it was interesting because when I was growing up, the black community kind of got away from rock and roll, but there were at least my generation, but there were some songs that you guys made that just kind of transcended all of that. You know, whatever your social economical status was, whatever your religion, it didn't matter. Mm-hmm. You guys made those kind of songs, and we were just talking about how Run DMC's collaboration with Aerosmith, Walk This Way, seemed to open a lot of doors, but
it was Anthrax, the band Anthrax working with Public Enemy. Mm-hmm. That band, the start of that whole thing, the rock and rap thing that came together. Mm-hmm. And they don't get credit for it, and they deserve it because they're one of the first people to explore that. They're from New York. Yeah. And, not as big as Aerosmith. It takes the big dogs to really make that happen. But you know what? That's what I've thought about. People say, how did hip-hop become the biggest thing in not just the black community, but the white community as well? Yeah. Because when rock stopped expressing the anger of the young people, which it did, in the late 80s and early 90s, all of a sudden it started whining, complaining, life sucks, I want to kill myself, instead of going, F you, which is what music is supposed to do. And all of a sudden, everybody discovered, hey, there's a form of music that's still saying fuck. I can say fuck you, I forgot.
Right.
It's still saying fuck you. It's called hip-hop.
Yeah.
And everybody that's what we need. That's what young people need. They need a music that expresses their anger, expresses their frustration. And I'm not saying all hip-hop and rap is angry and frustrated, and all rock isn't either. But you need that. And rock lost that, and hip-hop expresses that.
But I will argue that hip-hop now is going through that. Well, how they used to call it glam rock, right?
Yeah.
The glam rock, demise was, you said it stopped talking about anger. Hip hop it doesn't talk about that either now.
Yeah, well, what happens is the industry cleans it up. Once they see that there's money, there's gold in them, they go, well, okay, let's pretty this thing up and figure out how to make it a formula so that we can capitalize and just sell more stuff instead, and it loses what gave it its heart in the beginning, what made it so credible in the first place.
Hip-hop does the opposite now. It talks about money. It talks about glamour. It talks about materialism more so. You get an artist like Lupe Fiasco who may speak out against the government or something he just sees wrong. He gets ostracized.
Right.
Where, like you said in the beginning, that's what it was.
Yeah, that was that was the heart of it. So but it happens with all forms of music. It comes from the streets.
Yeah.
And then when the money people start to get their hands on it, they manipulate it and change it and polish it up. But you know what? Somewhere is something new starting to happen on the streets, and people will find it. I just want to go. The first guy who called, the second guy he asked what my favorite rap artist today. I'm not going to bullshit you and say that. Oh yeah, this one or that one. I don't know. I don't follow hip hop and rap, but he turned me on, explained it to me, and put it in terms that where I could understand. It was actually a writer who reviewed his record and explained what he's doing. And then I started listening because my kids were listening and going, damn, I get it. Yeah. I get it now, and I've been a supporter of the rock and rap connection, which a lot of metalheads don't like. They don't like the rap.
Why not, though? Why the metalheads don't like? Why they fighting it?
They're purists. They're purists. I'm sure there's hip-hop people who don't like the metal, whatever it is.
True, yeah.
I think it's great. I think any kind of creativity, people working together. One of the great soundtracks from years and years ago was Judgment Night. You remember that Judgment Night soundtrack?
Yeah.
With those amazing hip-hop artists with a heavy metal artist.
Yep.
I still got that on my iPod, man.
It's interesting because even with art, like when Fab Five Freddy started, hanging out on the Lower East Side, and with the Basquiat's and
Graffiti artists.
and Andy Warhol, and then the graffiti mixed with that kind of art, and we found there was so many parallels with what's going on in that punk rock scene, as well as hip hop.
Yeah,
it's a lot of parallels in the music. So when you get two genres turning their back on each other, you're really hurting.
Yeah, and we're a lot more, as is all over the world, we're a lot more alike than we are not alike, and there's a place where these musics connect, and it's just, I think it's amazing. I love it.
Dee Snider is hanging out with us. You know him from Twisted Sister. You also know him from The Apprentice, Celebrity Apprentice, author, singer, of course, songwriter. Thurgood, you're on the line. Go ahead, say hello to Dee.
Hey, Dee. I want to give a shout out to Strangeland. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that, but I would like to see some more of your movie creativity.
My sickness. Hey, thanks a lot. You know what? That's become a really big cult movie, and I get a lot of credit in the horror community for starting the whole torture film genre. It didn't exist. The Hostels and Saws came out afterwards, and they were very inspired by Strangeland. I thank you for that. I wrote it. I starred in it. My wife thought I was.
I was scared of you.
I give my wife the script. She's the first person to hear us read it. And she reads it. She goes, "Do you want to tell me something?" I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "What the fuck is that?" I said, "It's my fears, babe, not my dreams." So
no devil worship.
Yeah, no devil worship.
Okay,
so,
right,
but people keep talking about making a sequel, maybe one of these days. But thank you for that, man. Appreciate it.
Here's an exclusive. Dee is in the process of remixing one of the most legendary rock songs of all time, right?
Yes.
Talk about
working with Jason Nevins, who you people may know from the stuff he's done with Run DMC, some of those remixes he did. And he contacted me and said, "What do you think about doing a remix, a new version of We're Not Going to Take It, for this century?" And I said, "Let's do it, man." So we're working together. I'm going to the studio, recutting the vocals, and he's got a really, I don't know the name of the artist, but a new hip-hop artist working with it. And I've been hearing the stuff. It sounds great. So hopefully in the next few months you're going to hear something.
Yeah, we should premiere it right here on Shade 45, okay?
Dope.
When you get it done, know that you got a place to premiere it, all
That'd
right?
be great, man.
All right, Dee Snider, man. Ladies and
Pleasure,
gentlemen.
Sway.
All
Take
right,
care.
thank you.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.